the most realistic online racing sim ever made. This is iRacing. Detailed laser scan tracks, fully dynamic real-world cars, and over 50 series to choose from. 6 online world championships offering over $100,000 in annual prizes. This is the original esport racing game. This is iRacing.
Well, hello, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to the Turn 3 Racing Network, as tonight we're here for the final race in Season 14 in the OP Racing Premier Super Speedway Series. Thank you very much for joining me. I will be your host for tonight's championship race. My name is KR Stolfus, and I am thoroughly excited to bring you tonight's festivities. We have 4 drivers who are going to try and become Season 14 champion. All they have to do is beat the other 3. Simple task. That can't be that hard. Either way, qualifying is underway, and we are going to start sending these guys out on the track. One of our first championship contenders to hit the speedway. That is the 85 of Adam Kilday. Kilday doing an excellent job throughout the season to keep that race car in to the top 5, top 10, just securing excellent finishes all season long. The 88 of Gabe Butler, championship contender, making his way out onto the speedway for qualifying. This driver here earned more wins than anyone else this season. Not only did he have more wins, but he had a very consistent finishing style, earning several top 10s, several top 5s. When you put it all together, you got one heck of a championship contender in that 88. 19 of Zach Workman starting to make his way out onto the speedway as our 3rd championship contender that we're going to talk about. Workman clawed his way all season long in each round of the playoffs. He did it without a win up until last week. He picked up his first win of the season last week, sealing the deal and making himself the Final 4 driver. And then our final championship contender that we have to talk about is the 14 of Vicente Guerrero. Vicente, one of the only drivers to get into this championship 4 without a race win. But Vicente doing everything right as soon as these playoffs started, surviving the championship 16, surviving the championship 8, and making it into this championship 4 through points alone. And now the 14 has a shot to become the season 14 champion. Qualifying is underway. Hunter Reynolds on top of the leaderboard with a 50.27. The times are coming in. Jeff Crosby Jr. in the 33, making his way onto the start finish line. And the 33 into third. Workman inside the top 5 along with Adam Kilday and Gabe Butler. Kevin Freeze moving up into second. The 41 of Peter DeBorgia going to be crossing the start finish line. The 41 into the top 5, moving Workman and Kilday out. '14 of Guerrero making his way through turns 1 and 2 and onto the backstretch. He is on the clock. Josh Ball in the 1, also on the clock. As we're down to the final minute of qualifying. We'll see where Vicente Guerrero is going to end up right after Josh Ball. Ball crossed the line. Josh Ball up into 7th. And Vicente Guerrero into the top 5. So Butler, Crosby, Workman, Kilday all in the top 10 in qualifying. With that said, let's go ahead and step away for our national anthem. We'll be back with the...
We take you down onto the track for our opening ceremonies.
Ladies and gentlemen, please rise. Please remove your hats.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous flight o'er the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave?
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker, the future is feeling.
Field begins rolling out for our championship night here at Daytona. So let's go right into tonight's starting lineup. On the front row, we have Hunter Reynolds in the 26 and the 25 of Kevin Freeze. To row number 2 we go with the 44 of Anthony English and the 88 of Gabe Butler. Row 3 is Jeff Crosby Jr. in the 33 and the 14 of Vicente Guerrero. Row number 4, Peter DeBorgia and Zach Workman. Row 5, Josh Ball and Adam Kilday. Excuse me. Row 6 will be Jimmy Reynolds and Sean McCara. Row 7, Zach Fritsch and Eric Laurie. Row number 8 going to be Richard Kuhn and the illustrious 62 of Les Levy. Row 9, Thomas Lockwood and the 53 of Dave Hunt. Row number 10, David Overstreet and Nate Warren. Row 11 going to go to Alex Giffen and Bubba Winningham. Row 12, Shane Ward and Mark Mann. Lynn McNeese and Adam Schramm make up our final row, with Jeff Crosby Sr. in the 15 not making it out onto the grid. Beautiful night for racing here at Daytona. It is our championship night. To win the championship, you just have to finish the best out of our championship 4. And we still have our 2 stages, and 1 fast repair is available to our drivers. As the green flag comes out, we are underway for the first time tonight. Hunter Reynolds, Kevin Freeze lead the field to the turn number 1 as our 4 championship contenders are all lined up in the outside row, running nose to tail already. On board with the 85 of Adam Kilday. Everyone into high gear, but still gaining speed. First lap being led by the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. We'll keep an eye on the 15 of Jeff Crosby Sr. We'll see if he can make it out there in time. Interesting night for the championship here, as each of our 4 championship contenders is from a different team. The 88 of Gabe Butler representing Team Bootnaka. Adam Kilday representing Vendetta. Fuel Sim Racing being represented by Zach Workman. Then Nightmare Esports has the 14 of Vicente Guerrero. '41 of Peter DeBorgia at the tail end of the field here. Everyone lined up 2 by 2, looking very calm here early on. As DeBorgia closes in on the back bumper of the 84. Our entire field currently separated by less than 2 seconds, and DeBorgia that time around did set quick time for this race at a 46.763. We do expect that time to continue to drop throughout the race. And we have Mr. Jeff Crosby Sr. chiming in on YouTube chat. Sorry to hear about that, Jeff. That 15 car will be sorely missed out there tonight. Always enjoy seeing you out there mixing it up, showing these younger boys how it's done. The Looks like Nate Warren in the 16 trying to make a 3-wide run. After just about a few laps of everyone running side by side, nose to tail, the 16 and the 53 decided it is time to work their way forward in the third lane. Right now, Gabe Butler does lead our championship contenders. Vicente Guerrero, Kilday, and Workman all behind him. So amongst our championship four, like I said, it all comes down to finishing position for them. However, that is not the only points battle that we have to watch here tonight. Hunter Reynolds leads this field, but he also leads the non-playoff I-Flag prize points. If he keeps doing what he's doing right now, he's going to lock that award up quite handedly. And he will receive a prize as the non-championship contender points winner. That's kind of a mouthful. Well, I'll think of a better way to say that. Maybe. Probably. Don't count on it. Not that points in this race matter a whole lot to our championship contenders, but you can see why our championship contenders are where they are. They have been hot in the last three races. Zach Workman winning last week, and I do believe he missed the previous week. Maybe not. I thought he had missed somewhere. The 16 and the 53 slowly but surely have worked their way to the front. Kevin Freeze in the 25 leading that lap as we begin lap 10 of 100. Our field currently separated by 1.6 seconds. That's a very close field. 26 cars taking the green flag, 27 registered in this session. But the 15 of Jeff Crosby Sr. having to sit out. Internet issues before the race even began. But joining us on his phone. Make sure you cheer often. Let us know that you're here. Gabe Butler making a move up to the third lane. Each and every move that our championship contenders make Each move that they make is going to be kind of a ripple effect throughout this race. Mostly because our championship contenders are racing themselves, but the guys around them don't want to necessarily be the ones that take them out. So everybody's on edge, minding their P's and Q's and just trying to get to the end of this race. Bubba Winningham in the 66 falling back here. And the yellow flag coming out as Thomas Lockwood has just set the fastest lap of the race, but the 53, Dave Hunt involved. So Lockwood just set the fastest lap of the race when it making heavy contact with the 53 of Dave Hunt. So our first yellow flag of the night coming out. Lockwood able to continue, Dave Hunt able to continue, but a lot of damage done on both those cars. See who comes down pit road here. I expect everyone to hit pit lane as we are in the window to make it to the end of stage one. Winning the race off of pit road is the 26. So Hunter Reynolds picks up right where he entered pit road with the race lead. So with that being said, we're going to step away for a quick break. No one go anywhere. Be right back.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, as the lights have gone out on our pace car. Field getting racked and stacked. Half the field at the back of the pack is stopped off once again to top off their fuel tank. Hunter Reynolds in the 26, Kevin Freeze in the 25, going to be on the front row for this restart, just like at the beginning of the race. Anthony English in his starting spot as well, but then Jeff Crosby Jr. up one spot. Josh Ball and Nate Warren, our biggest mover of the race so far, going to make up row number 3. Pace car down and away. And away we go with the green flag back out. Gabe Butler, Vicente Guerrero inside the top 10 along with Zach Workman. Kilday down in 13th spot. Our contenders still running very close to each other, but they have fallen back in relation to the field just a little bit. Nobody out of this race and everybody on the lead lap. Well, nobody out of the race that took the green flag. Kevin Freeze taking over the top spot and dropping down to the bottom. New fast lap coming in from the 39 of Shane Ward, turning a 46.563. Hunter Reynolds and Kevin Freeze swapping the top spot. They have gotten single file down on the yellow line, and that's going to allow the 33 of Jeff Crosby Jr. to challenge in the outside lane. Nate Warren in the 16 is up 16 spots to be battling where he is. He is our biggest mover of our race, our biggest loser of our race so far, or biggest driver, our driver who has lost the most spots. There we go. Is the 41 of Peter DeBorgia. He is down 12 positions. At one point, he was at the tail end of this field. He is working his way forward, and we do have a new fast lap of the race. That is the 66 of Bubba Winningham. Zach Workman in the 19, running high, wide, and handsome. He has the 12 of Zach Fritz on his back bumper. Fritz and Workman from Fuel Sim Racing getting hooked up in that third lane. Teammates trying to work together to secure a championship. We're creeping up on the end of stage 1. Just a few laps remaining in stage number 1. Oh, and the 19 goes around, and the yellow flag is going to come out. Zach Workman keeps it off the inside wall. But a championship contender for the first time in this race has an issue and a little bit of damage on that race car. Looks like just comes off turn number 2. Gets a little help in being escorted to the inside of this racetrack. Maybe the 19 cheating down, kind of doing it to himself, as the 16 was there. So that appears to have given the stage win to the 26 of Hunter Reynolds. So Reynolds into his pit box along with everyone else. '41 of Peter DeBorgia beats everyone off of pit road, but he did not stop in his pit box. Let's see if we can't get a word in with our stage winner, the 26 Hunter Reynolds. Got your ears on, my friend?
Yes, sir. What's up, KR?
Hey, how you doing, Hunter?
Pretty good. How you doing?
You know, just typical KR things, making mistakes left and right in the broadcast. No big deal. Final championship race. So, how about you? You look to be mistake-free so far.
Yeah, I'm pretty locked in. Feeling good. I could give some of that to you if we could work that out, but yeah, feeling good, man. Got me some stage points. Pretty happy with the push from my teammate there, Kevin, and I think Crosby gave me a push too. So getting some stage points, trying to win an I-flag here tonight.
Yeah, I was going to ask you about that. You come into this with a healthy points lead. You know, kind of a consolation prize, if you will, for a non-playoff driver. Is this going to be something that you're really going to work for? And how important is it that this fills that hole that a championship can't fill?
Yeah, well, I didn't run
wrecked.
this season full time, so obviously it's not a championship, but still happy to be out here. We're helping my teammate Gabe tonight, and it was kind of fun running. Even I haven't looked at the points, to be honest. I don't even want to know, because looking at the points doesn't do me any good for me. So if I got a points lead, cool. I've been working towards it this whole playoffs. So yeah, gonna try and get a good finish tonight. But if I can be behind the 88 machine, that would be ideal.
Well, man, I'll tell you what, that 88 is on a mission this season. So if I had to pick someone to be behind, I think it'd be the 88 as well.
Yeah, just don't pick him to win, because we don't need none of that like bad juju going on.
No, I never said anything like that.
Okay, all right, good. I'm just letting you know, like.
Yeah, no, I'm just saying if I was out on the track, that 88 has been on a mission this season. He's the one I'd get behind.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. But if we talk about it anymore, we might get some of that. So how about that guy,
Jimmy? What about Jimmy? Isn't
yeah,
there
what
Jimmy
about him?
out there?
He's on PSA. Yeah, he's in PA right now.
Is he?
Man,
see, that's why I didn't see him. I didn't look that high up.
Look, that's my pops right there. He's been racing better. He's been racing more aggressive.
And he has been.
He's gonna show his name up here a couple times.
Yes, he has. All right, man. Well, about ready to send you back out there and battle again. So shout out, thank yous. Anything you need to add for this stage win?
Yep. Shout out all the boys back in the Bootnaka camp. Shout out you in the booth, KR, putting in that work. Thanks to all the league admins for putting this on. Thanks to Butt Kicker. There's probably other couple sponsors, but OP appreciate you guys too, and everybody watching.
All right, man. Well, once again, nice job on the stage win. We look forward to seeing you at stage number 2 in Victory Lane.
Thank you very much. I appreciate you.
That is Hunter Reynolds, driver of the 26. And Hunter, I put you in the wrong room. Hold on.
Oh,
Where you going? Bootnaka?
Bootnaka.
All right. That's what I thought. I freaked out for a second. Green flag is out. We are back underway. Trying to clear this out, but it's not responding. But finally, there it goes. A little bit of a delay. So the 26 and the 25 side by side. Vicente Guerrero now leads our championship contenders. Gabe Butler right behind him. Then Adam Kilday in 12th, and Zach Workman all the way down into 24th. So Workman has his work cut out for him. Scary moment for the 19, but kept it off the wall and is still in this battle. A lot of laps left to go still, so plenty of time for Workman to get back into it. And this might be the point of the strategy where he rides around and chills out in the back. As the 19th starts working his way forward here. Slices down to the inside behind the 41. The Workman tucked in behind a teammate. Butler in the 88 trying the third lane. Josh Ball behind the 88. Nate Warren in the 16 up there in the third lane as well. All our drivers separated by about 1.6 seconds right now. Nate Warren sliding down behind the 14. I will say, I do not have Vicente Guerrero in our Discord chat room. So if Guerrero happens to win a stage, he doesn't make it up in here, we will not be able to talk to him. We do have all the other drivers. And I say that because I think the 14 just gonna try and chill out, not worry about where he's at in Discord, and just focus on doing his own thing. Not a bad strategy. Sometimes you just need to step away from any and all distractions. So Guerrero, maybe not in a team chat here. Maybe he's just out there to do his own thing, and the teammate's just going to have to tuck in behind him and try and help him out. Workman has made his way forward, now finds himself in a 15th spot. Still of our championship contenders. He's running last, but the 85 of Adam Kilday just ahead of him. So Kilday and Workman running 15th and 16th right now. Kilday using that third lane, getting a good healthy pole, surging all the way up inside the top 10. Workman trapped on the bottom, not able to advance, but again, stages do not matter to the 88, the 14, the 85, or the 19, as the 88 got a bit of a wiggle there. So stages do not matter to those drivers. All they are after is the race win. That is the only thing that they can gain here tonight. The only way that guarantees that they win the championship is you could finish second, but still have one of your competitors finish in front of you, and they win the championship. That's how it works when it's the best of. Sure, some of you knew that. I'm fishing for words right now. It's not going so well. I was never a good fisherman. Fisherman. A man who fishes. There we go. The 88 has moved to the middle. He now has the 25 of Kevin Freeze on his back bumper. The 88 and the 25 hooking up. Team Bootnaka trying to support their driver in the 88 of Gabe Butler. Kilday in the 85 looking to push the 12 of Zach Fritsch out in front. Then maybe he can clear everyone else and take over the race lead. As we continue on here in stage number 2, the race has been slowed down twice so far. One of those 2 cautions did involve a championship contender, but minimal damage in the 19. Quick repair. Actually, I don't even think he used a fast repair. I think it was just a little bit of time on pit road to hammer some of that damage out. Made that car back to being competitive, and the 19 still running around 15th. Do have a new fast lap. That's coming from the 04 of Mark Mann, turning a 46.175. So Mark Mann getting into the quick lap time category. Drivers last on pit road on lap 24. We're working lap 40. So just a few more laps away from a green flag pit stop situation. Butler in the 88 is our race leader. Zach Fritsch on his outside door. Let's go on board with the 85 of Adam Kilday as he's behind Jeff Crosby Jr. Working that second lane for right now. Lockwood in the 38 to the inside of Kilday. Lockwood involved in the first caution that we had. He and Dave Hunt getting together. Vicente Guerrero in the 14, a championship contender, just ahead of Lockwood. As Gabe Butler leads all of our contenders, the 14 going to peel off for pit road. Vicente Guerrero hitting pit lane, our first championship contender to do so. So Guerrero into his pit box. He's to have a good clean stop here. Green flag pit stops can cost you a lot. He is down and away. Next group of drivers on the pit road. Kevin Freeze in the 25 and the 88. Gabe Butler, Nate Warren is now our race leader. Adam Kilday and Zach Workman have yet to hit pit road from our championship contenders. It looks like everyone else going to peel off for pit lane. The 41 at Peter DeBorgia stays out. DeBorgia going to take over the top spot as Workman and Kilday going to hit pit road at the same time. And Kilday, looks like maybe Kilday lost where his pit box was. It's Gabe Butler. Now has to try and come around and take over the top spot from all the other contenders. Workman and Kilday back underway. Vicente Guerrero is in the group that is pitted already and just a few spots behind the 88. As Butler flashes by 85 and now the 19. Kevin Freeze going to pull the 88 to the lead of all of our championship contenders. The 14 of Vicente Guerrero with a power move, getting around the outside of the 88 to take over the race lead. Peter DeBorgia making his pit stop and blending in. So Vicente Guerrero, for the first time in this race, is out in front of not only all our championship contenders, but the entire field, as he now has the race lead. Hunter Reynolds in the 26 drops down in front of him, takes the top spot back. Just a few laps to go here in stage 2. So Hunter Reynolds, Kevin Freeze, Anthony English, Nate Warren, Vicente Guerrero. Currently your top 5, as I said that, but they're so tight and 3 wide that changes as we speak. Gonna have 2 laps to go here in stage number 2 this time by. New fast lap 46 of David Overstreet breaking into the 45-second bracket, turning a 45.892. The Overstreet with a fast lap. Here we go, final lap in stage number 2. Hunter Reynolds in the 26 has the 25 on his outside, so teammates running side by side. But here comes the 16 of Nate Warren in the 3rd lane. He has the 12 of Zach Fritz on his back bumper. They fall back just a little bit here in turns 3 and 4. But coming down the front stretch with a little bit of momentum, the 25 had a run but couldn't quite get there, and the 26 is going to sweep stage 1 and stage 2. Now we begin our final 50 laps to the end of this race and the end of season 14. Bubba Winningham going to go a lap down. He's the first and only car 1 lap down in this race. So as everyone spread out just a little bit to catch their breath, as they all fought to end stage 2 as good as possible. Now they're starting to form back up, bunch back up, and try and get back into this. Some great three-wide racing action down the front stretch, led by the 19 of Zach Workman, as he tries to take over the top spot from the 26. Workman, Guerrero, Butler, Kilday, your championship order. And the 19 slides down in front of Hunter Reynolds. So Workman, our race leader and now championship leader. Workman showing just that determination he's had all season long. That fight it out tooth and nail, that grit that he has had. Despite going for a spin earlier in this race, he has battled back and is now our race leader. '26 Hunter Reynolds, though, not too happy with losing the leads, and he's fighting back in the outside lane. Reynolds washing way up the racetrack there. Kevin Freeze maybe getting a bad bump, the 26 and the 25, as Kevin slides up to the high side to gather in his teammate. So Workman out in front of this field. Last time he was on pit road was lap 44. Three wide at the front, little bit of contact, but it gets sorted. That was a big moment at the front of the field. One car very aggressively on the pit road. That is David Overstreet, and that car did not get slowed down. That will be a speeding penalty. Not sure if that was planned, but the 46 hard exit into the pit road and into his pit box. Stephen L wants to know what the bounty for Anthony English is up to. As far as I know, not much. Not here on Monday nights. Unless he's, on a wanted poster somewhere. That'd be news to me. Working lap 59 of 100. Creeping up on a round of green flag pit stops. We start to see all our drivers kind of filtering down to that yellow line, trying to get to the inside, making that entrance on the pit road as safe as possible for them. Long pit stop for the 46 of Overstreet. Not sure what has gone wrong with the 46, but very extended stay on pit road. So Workman in the 19, our race leader. Workman, a previous OP champion. Vicente Guerrero on the pit road as Adam Strom leaves his pit box. So the 14 hitting his pit lane. Have to do all you can to stay clean this time. Getting late into this race, the later we get into the race, the harder it is to recover from a speeding penalty. As the 16 and Nate Warren slow up into the wall, going to make his way on the pit road along with Workman and Butler. Adam Kilday stays out amongst our championship contenders. And the 12 of Zach Fritsch is our race leader. And here he comes on the pit road. And he misses his pit box, backs up, gets it settled. That's going to cost him some time. We'll see if he can recover and not suffer losing the draft. The 41 of Peter DeBorgia stays out, does not come down pit road. And now the 41 going to hit his pit box. Of the drivers who have pitted, the race leader is the 12 of Zach Fritsch. Mark Mann in the 04 up 21 spots to be on that back bumper. Mark Mann putting together a quiet race here. Kevin Freeze in the 25 trying to pull along the 17 of Jimmy Reynolds. So Mark Mann is our biggest mover of the race, up 20 spots from where he started. The Borgia gets down out of the way, and the 41 going to blend in. Josh Ball in the number 1, about to be swallowed up. Ball hit with a speeding penalty. Going to cost him a lap. So Josh Ball, Bubba Winningham, and David Overstreet are no longer on the lead lap. Josh Ball 1 lap down, Bubba Winningham 2 laps down. Well, not 2, 1 lap. But David Overstreet has been on pit road for the last 7.5 minutes. So Overstreet could be our first early exit of tonight's event as we now begin lap 67 of 100. So Kevin Freeze, Zach Fritsch, Mark Mann, Jimmy Reynolds, your top 4, and then Adam Kilday trying to get into the mix here. Kilday now leads our championship contenders, and it's Vicente Guerrero, Gabe Butler, and Zach Workman. Kilday in 5th, Guerrero 8th, 9th, Butler. As Kevin Freeze slides all the way up the track. And currently in 12th place is Zach Workman. Going on board with Thomas Lockwood. Lockwood tucked in behind the 14, has the 88 down to his inside. And everybody working by the 12 is Zach Fritsch. Mark Mann in the 04. In the race lead, Adam Strom drops down on the inside. Strom going 1 lap down. So Mark Mann, Sean McCarron, Nate Warren, your top 3. Then Vicente Guerrero in 4th. Mark Mann moves up to the high side. That leaves the bottom open for Sean McCarron, and McCarron going to fill that spot. And he takes over the race lead. 100 laps are scheduled distance. We will use 2 attempts at a green-white checkered if we need to. And we are on the limit of being able to make it in 1 more pit stop. We might see these guys start to try and save some fuel. I will say right now, they're running about a second off of their best lap time. So the pace has slowed down just a little bit. Lockwood in the 38. With the 39 is Shane Ward trying to take over the race lead. So it looks like they've all moved down to the inside lane. Everyone slowing down just a little bit more that time as they try and get their fuel to the right lap number. Lockwood in the 38 drops down to the inside, leaves the 39 high wide and abandoned. Lockwood, our new race leader. Four cars in the second lane now. Do want to point out we got in 19th spot the 62 of Les Levy riding around all by himself. You got to feel bad for the people in the stands when this paint scheme comes out. For no reason. If you haven't seen the movie, you need to. But yeah. Bad time to be in the stands when Les Levy pulls this car out. Dave Hunt, Lynn McNeese. So Les Levy was 19th. 20th right now is Dave Hunt. 21st is Lynn McNeese. Bubba Winningham on these guys' back bumper. But Winningham is down a lap. A lap or two. It's hard to tell right here. He's a lap behind these guys. And then behind Lynn McNeese in the running order, the one of Josh Ball. And the 87 of Adam Strom. Josh Ball, Adam Strom, last two cars on the lead lap. As Shane Ward in the 39 is our race leader. So Ball and Strom looking for a yellow flag so that they can get around to the back end of this field. We now have 25 laps to go in this race. And the pace has slowed down even more. Last time around, Shane Ward turned a 48.48. His best time at a 46.19. So the pace backing down very quickly now. I'm not sure you could say quickly when you're talking about slowing down. And hard into the wall goes the 38. Shane Ward involved as well. And we are going to get that yellow flag. Take a look and see what happened here. Gabe Butler getting involved. Adam Kilday running through the grass. Vicente Guerrero making contact. Looks like almost every single one of our championship contenders in trouble. Let's back this up here. Shane Ward was the race leader. Then the 12 flies on by. Contact. Stack up. Chaos. And you saw Zach Fritsch just motor right on by. That's how much that pace had slowed down in that inside lane as they were trying to save fuel. Zach Fritsch had enough of saving fuel, and he put Josh Ball and Adam Strom 1 lap down in the process. So everyone coming onto pit road, and this is just a bit early to make it to the end of the race. Just a little bit. We'll see how this plays out. Everyone on the pit road. With that being said, gonna step away for a quick break. No one go anywhere. We'll be back to wrap this one up here in season 14 championship night. No one go anywhere. We'll be right back.
With the Butt Kicker Gamer 2, what you see and what you hear is what you feel. Butt Kicker. The future is feeling.
Our third yellow flag comes to an end. Green flag is back out. Here we go. Field has been shuffled. They are racked and stacked, and we get back into it. The 62 of Les Levy taking over the race lead. 12 of Zach Fritsch following in his tire tracks. Vicente Guerrero, Zach Workman running nose to tail. Then Gabe Butler and Adam Kilday finish out our championship 4. But the 62 is our race leader, and Les Levy taking over the race lead by being one of the few drivers who did not come back down pit road. He made his initial fuel stop, and on the next time around, almost the entire field, all but 3 drivers, came back down to top off their fuel load. That tells you just how close this thing is on fuel. They're still going to have to make one more pit stop. We'll see how it plays out. Dave Hunt in the 53, making his way back to the front. Dave Hunt involved in one of the first yellow flags we had here tonight. And Josh Ball has set a new fast lap, the first driver in the 45-second bracket, and one of 2 drivers in that bracket. Les Levy turning a 45.9, but Josh Ball turning a 45.852. So Levy in the 62 is our race leader. Levy and Zach Fritsch running 1 and 2. Dave Hunt in the second lane outside of those 2 drivers. Then we go 3 wide. Vicente Guerrero on the inside. Lynn McNeese, Josh Ball blends in. Josh Ball received the free pass, and he has taken full advantage of it. So Dave Hunt in the 53, Les Levy in the 62, Zach Fritsch, Lynn McNeese, Josh Ball, Sean McCara, and in 7th place is the 14 of Vicente Guerrero, who leads our championship contenders. Workman. So it's Guerrero, Workman, Butler, Kilday. These guys started this race running nose to tail. They spread out, had things happen throughout the course of this race. But now as we get down to the final 15 laps to go, they are finding themselves once again nose to tail. And the 14 is going to peel off for pit road. Vicente Guerrero, the first one to hit pit lane of our championship 4. Remember what I said in the beginning of this race. Whatever move our championship contenders make will have a ripple effect, and the 14 is the first one on the pit road of our championship 4. Now the others, what do they do to respond? Workman, Butler, and Kilday all stay out. Vicente Guerrero down to 22nd spot. So Guerrero now has enough fuel to make it to the end of this race. And he is the only championship contender to have that distinction with authority. Workman, Butler, and Kilday last on pit road on lap 79. So it could be a bit of a stretch for them to make it. Would be a big stretch, that's for sure. But the 14 riding around with Lockwood and Josh Ball. He's got some help. Last time around, Vicente Guerrero turned a 47.58. Dave Hunt turned a 48 second lap time. So Guerrero making some speed. Let's see what Dave Hunt does this time, a 47.9. So Lockwood, Guerrero, and Ball all a little bit faster in our lead group, and that's what they need to be seen. Last time around, Lockwood 47.38, 47.38 out of Guerrero, 47.38 out of Josh Ball. Dave Hunt turned a 48.04. If this keeps up, if Lockwood, Guerrero, and Ball continue to turn lap times faster than this lead pack, and if this lead pack cannot make it to the end of the race, Vicente Guerrero, if this stays green, is going to be looking pretty. Dave Hunt in the 53, continually running a slow pace to try and get to the end of this race without another pit stop. Can this group make it? Does Guerrero have the right strategy to win this race? How is this one going to shake out, ladies and gentlemen? This is absolutely going to be interesting. Workman, Butler, and Kilday all running nose to tail, all trying to stay on the same strategy where they are right now in a race between the three of them while trying to save fuel. Meanwhile, Vicente Guerrero has made a pit stop. He's got some help, and they are turning lap times faster than the lead group. So if this doesn't work out for one group or another, we can point to exactly where it went wrong. Lynn McNeese in the 84 is our race leader. McNeese got eliminated from championship contention. Earlier in the season, and now here he is. Can he make it to the end of the race and get a little bit of redemption? Down to 6 laps to go. 6 laps remaining in season 14. Race leader off of turn number 4. Gonna get 5 laps to go. Last time around, Lynn McNeese earned a 48.21. That pace leveling out at 48 seconds or so, give or take a couple of tenths. Guerrero still riding around with his group of 3. They're still turning about a second a lap faster. Workman, Butler, Kilday running nose to tail as our championship contenders down the backstretch. Peter DeBorgia by himself in the 3rd lane is rolling around faster than the drivers on the bottom. That shows you how much fuel they are trying to save to get to the end of this one. Bubba Whittingham, Dave Hunt, Lynn McNeese, Les Levy, Sean McCarra all give up the ghost. They all hit pit road as flames come out of the tailpipes when you see these drivers lifting. So Peter DeBorgia goes to the race lead in the 3rd lane all by himself. Guerrero can only hope that the plan works that he is on. Quite a bit of time between Guerrero and the other competitors as we get down to 2 laps to go. If we get to the white flag, that is going to seal the deal. No more yellow flag interruptions. And as these guys slow down, Workman, Butler, Kilday. As far as they're concerned, Vicente Guerrero is way behind. They can save a ton of fuel and still be. Oh, it's Workman throws a block on Kilday. Things are getting spicy here now. Kilday in the 85 making a move. Could this be the move for the championship? Oh, Shane Ward in trouble, goes around. This is going to maybe bring out the yellow. We stay green. Final lap. Kilday takes the white flag. This one is going to go the distance. Kilday out in front. Does he have the fuel? Gabe Butler in the 88 trying to keep pace, but he is slowed down quite a bit because of the spin. He had to check up. Kilday, if he's got the fuel, can go all the way to the end of this race unchallenged from his other competitors and make himself an OP champion here for season 14. Here he comes off of turn number 4. The Borgia out of fuel in the 41, and at the line, the 85 of Adam Kilday is going to win the race. And as things stand, our season 14 champion. Butler brings it home in 3rd, Workman in 10th, and Vicente Guerrero in 14th. And Kilday out of fuel at the line. How about that finish? Fuel strategy to the end. Kilday out of fuel. And I don't think the 85 has anything left in that tank. Let's go through this white flag lap once again. Kilday moves in front of the 41 of the Borgia. Anthony English on his back bumper. And Kilday made the move early on. Wide open, had his foot to the floor. Now I think this thing runs out of fuel before we get to the start finish line. The Borgia runs out of fuel in the middle of 3 and 4. And Kilday has enough to get to the end. As the 85 comes to a stop at the start finish line, he is not only your race winner, but your season champion. So let's kick this off by talking to the driver of the 85. That is Adam Kilday. Adam, that 85, it's not doing a burnout. I would think you would celebrate your championship with a burnout.
No, it's out of go-go gas. So yeah, it all ran out. Freaking what happened? Like coming to the line, dude. Even Anthony too behind me. Yeah, he ran out of fuel along with me as well. But you know, this one is all pretty much. I'll give credit to English here. I was telling him my fuel numbers and what I probably needed to do if I needed to save more or less to make it to the end to where I could go all out with like 2 to go to pass the other 2 championship 4 drivers. So we timed it up perfectly at the end, and luckily we were fortunate. We were actually fortunate enough to where something happened behind us. A wreck ensued. So it's like with everyone mangling it up behind us, it was like Anthony was like, I had like a 2 or 3 second lead in front of everyone. So at that point, it was pretty much set in stone unless something happened where I run out, don't make it, or whatever the case was. But it didn't come down to that. We had enough, and yeah, we got a P1 and a championship victory for Vendetta Motorsports. So that's freaking awesome.
Well, man, that was an outstanding race. When you came down pit road the last time, how nervous were you about your fuel and making it?
Probably, I was like, I don't know. I didn't want to like come out in front of like the pack, like coming out of the pits. So I was a bit too far up front than what I needed to be. And when we were coming around on the pace lap for 1 to green, we all just decided to top off a second time for the run up to the end. So it ended up moving me back in the field, which is what I wanted. And yeah, we all just sat back there in line and saved. I was saving for a good minute. It was Gabe. Gabe was in front of me. He was saving. So was Workman. Vicente, he was up there on the same strategy with us at the beginning of that last run. But they peeled off for a different strategy. Vicente went in for fuel to get a few extra gallons. So, I mean, anything could have ensued in this race, dude. Like a caution could have came out too. It could have mixed things up a bunch. But I mean, it's really like a huge shout out for everyone keeping it clean up until the end, to where the race finished the way it did. So, yeah.
Well, man, outstanding job here in season 14. A great season for you, capped off with a championship win. Shout outs, thank yous, anything you need to say that you haven't said yet here to round out season 14?
Oh yeah, definitely a big shout out to the team, the guys, Anthony, English, Mark, man. Us 3 running tonight. It's a privilege to be able to hang out with those guys 3-4 nights out of the week and run super speedways with them. We'll do a shout out to OP as well. These the big dogs behind the scene, they all know who the heck they are, but without them doing what they do to keep the league rolling for the community, it wouldn't be what it is today. So 100%, this is on them. And yeah, the broadcast as well, dude. Turn 3 freaking racing network on YouTube, KR Stolfus, and your broadcast commentary. So your time is much appreciated as well, man. And yeah, I mean, I'm in shock. So I didn't ever think I was going to get one of these, but yeah, this is awesome.
Well, you got one, man. Nice job. Congratulations. Our newest OP Premier Super Speedway champion, the 85, Adam Kilday. Man, nice job.
Thanks. I appreciate it, dude.
All right. There you have it, ladies and gentlemen. Words to live by the 85 of Adam Kilday. Ooh, how about that? Now let's move on to our second place championship contender, and that goes to the 88 of Gabe Butler. Gabe, congratulations on a solid run in this race. You bring it home in second in the championship battle. Tell me a little bit about your race here tonight.
Yeah, a little disappointed, man. It turned into a fuel mileage race, which really took away from the racing, which is kind of a shame. But I mean, it is what it is. But I would like to congratulate Adam on his championship there, fully deserved. So good job by Adam, and he'll be a good champion for OP. He's a good representative of the league.
Gabe, this 88, one of the dominating cars. You dominated this race and bringing it home in second. You said not incredibly happy with the result, but man, I'll tell you, when you look back on this season, I think it's going to be something that is outstanding, because that 88 was the class of the field all season long.
Yeah, we definitely had a good season. But that's all down to your teammates. It's very difficult here in super speedways unless you got teammates, and they did everything they could tonight to help me, and of course they did a bunch during the season too, so I totally appreciate those guys. Fantastic group of guys too.
Well, Gabe, this one wraps up with you in a third place finish in the race, but second place in the championship. Shout outs, thank yous, anything you need to add?
Yeah, big shout out to all the drivers that made the championship race, and again, big congrats to Adam there. My boot knocker teammates, of course, we had Hunter, Jimmy, Kevin, and Eric in there tonight, trying to get it done, and OP and all the admins and everybody involved with the league, and of course yourself, KR, for putting on a wonderful broadcast, brother. We really appreciate you.
All right, Gabe, nice job in this season. It's been a pleasure to watch you in that 88. Man, I know that next championship's just around the corner for you.
All right, buddy. I appreciate it.
Gabe Butler in the 88, second in the championship standings, third in the race here tonight. Now let's move on to our third championship contender. And what's his name? It's right in front of me.
Know.
I know the voice. It seems familiar, but I don't. It seems like Zach Workman. Does that sound familiar?
No, he's a chump.
Oh my goodness, Zach! Congratulations on third place in this championship. You had to overcome a big spin there in the first part of this race.
Yeah, it wouldn't be FSR if we didn't crash each other. I think I was a little close to Nate. Probably the lap 24 move was not the move to be making on lap 24. It's probably more of a 98 move, but it's whatever. We always do crash each other at least once a race, so got that out of the way early. I got really lucky that I didn't really get any damage from it. Just I think Josh got it in my rear end, but that was about it. About 20 seconds on the car, but yeah, I thought we were in a really good spot. That last run, I was saving as hard as I could, and it was still not quite enough. And then I seen Adam with his teammate Anthony coming on the outside, so I tried to half make a move and slow him down a bit, but didn't really do it. And the guy in front of me pitted, and I was just ran into the back of him. It just sucked all the way around. Not how we wanted to finish, of course, but to even be in the spot, it's kind of unbelievable that we got the walk-off win last week. And yeah, it stings definitely though. It sucks to be that close. If it was oh cool, I'm crashed up at lap 80, it's oh well, at least I was trying. But to be that close and be leading off of turn 3 with coming to the white flag, it sucks. But we'll get after it next season.
Well, Zach, a great race recovery. Had to overcome that one at early stages. You do bring it home third in the championship. Man, final shout outs, thank yous for season 14.
Well, I got to shout out my team. They kept me in the race the whole time. Even when Nate was trying to crash me there, it's just we might have to talk to at FSR headquarters. But no, I got to thank them. They kept me throughout this whole round. We had the problems in the first race in round of 8, and they helped me the next week to get that walk-off win, and then to keep me in it. Fritz was up there trying to save gas, and Peter went up there so I could save some more gas, and they're throwing it all at the dartboard, seeing if we would hit the bullseye, but just close. But I got to thank those guys, Jeff, Fritz, Nate, and Pete. Probably going to be our last race with Pete this season. Looks like he's probably going to move on to different opportunities, but I loved having Pete as a teammate the last 2 years. He's got me in here and, run with him. It's kind of created a friendship and a bond. So that's cool that he came out and raced the final race with us. But I think, of course, the admins, the other championship 4 contenders, and I gotta thank you, Care, for all you do with us and all the seasons you've been with us, watching us turn left every freaking lap and staying in and not just leaving us empty-handed. So I appreciate you throughout all these years watching us and taking care of us. So,
well, man, I've always enjoyed being here, and I wouldn't be here if I didn't enjoy it. So appreciate it, Zach, and man, glad that you had a good run recovery and stood strong in that 19.
Yeah, we tried, but we'll be back next season, so we'll be up there.
All right, that is Zach Workman bringing it home 3rd in the championship. Now we move on to our 4th place finisher in the championship. That is the 14 of Vicente Guerrero. Vicente, this one, maybe not going the way you wanted, took a gamble. Things didn't quite work out, but that 14 still had a shot all race long.
Yeah, it was an interesting one there. I was trying to figure out, should I pit or take the chance, gamble, like you said, and take a shot. I mean, I had to try something different compared to the other 3 playoff drivers there, and it didn't just quite work out our way. So it's a bummer, but I guess we'll try it again next year or something.
Well, Vicente, kind of a late entry in our championship 4, if you will. When did you find out you were in the championship for this race?
I say a few minutes. Well, I won't. Maybe like a half an hour till the start. So I mean, I didn't have anything to, and it just threw a curveball on me, and I mean, gave me a shot at it. I mean, yeah, I wish I could have, planned out some more strategy, but it is what it is. I mean, at least I had a shot at it.
Well, at 14, having a shot at it is always a dangerous one. And Vicente, I'll tell you what, your strategy probably was the right one right up until nobody brought out the yellow, and they found a way to make that fuel last as long as they ever have this season. So I wouldn't hang my head on that, Vicente. I think that's probably a great run for the 14 this season.
Yeah, thank you. I mean, I just wish they were battling. As soon as I seen them single file and not really trying to battle each other, that's when I made the call, and I called up my teammates. I needed my teammates to help me out and pit with me, so we could, at least gain a little bit if there is a caution. But yeah, I couldn't have done it all season long with the teammates that I have.
All right, man. Well, Vicente, season 14, the number 14, final shout outs, thank yous you have for this one.
Yeah, for sure. I wanna thank you for broadcasting, OP for putting on this league and giving me a chance to race here. I want to thank my teammates, all of Nightmare, Adam, Lockwood, and Shane, and forgetting somebody else here, Ball. Oh, I can't forget him. Help me out. I think that's it, right?
And nope. I'm gonna leave you hanging.
No. Tell me, who else am I forgetting? Nope. Man, I'm getting kind of wampas. Yeah, I if I forget them, I forget them. Well, I'm sorry, but I also want to thank my family, my wife, for putting up with me, playing this, racing this deal, and my folks out in Arizona.
All right, man. Well, nice job in this race. I know it didn't come out the way you wanted. I know nothing was exactly how it was supposed to be, but that 14 had a great season. Nice job here in this one.
Thank you, KR.
All right, there you have it, ladies and gentlemen. The 14, Vicente Guerrero, our fourth and final finisher in the championship 4. So with that being said, ladies and gentlemen, that is going to do it. We're done here for season 14. You know, now I say that, I'm not sure when season 15 kicks off. But stay tuned to the OP Racing Super Speedway Facebook page. You'll find all your information there. So until next season starts, I'm going to go work on my own race cars. I'm going to go have some fun doing some personal racing. Y'all, thank you very much for letting me be a part of cartoon racing, of season 14, of OP Premier Super Speedway Racing. I thoroughly enjoy being here each and every Monday night with y'all. And so until the next season starts, stay safe. Also, Max Speed TV is hosting the OP All-Star Race. Make sure you follow that and check that out. That's going to be a good time. No matter what they say, though, it was not the first OP All-Star Race on Max Speed TV. So don't forget that. Y'all stay safe. Have a good night, and I will see you next time.